I was supposed to jump slash with my stick onto the web to burn it, like normally, but I failed jump slashing, so I accidentally just jumped out towards it, and which makes it catch fire immediately since it's unloaded. So I accidentally abused the fact that it was unloaded. I don't think that's okay in this category. I don't know, but I'd rather reset now than, you know, do an entire run and then having that be a problem. Hello, Tertio, and thanks for the good luck. I don't know, I think the 100% route is pretty much done. People are starting to do runs, and it seems like they have that locked in. I think that all dungeons is pretty much done. Since it's still new, there might be minor changes, but all dungeons should be okay. MST, no. I don't know what's going on with that, but I don't think there's a final route for that. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we're gonna get a new route for Ganonless involving the new glitch. I was sort of hoping for that you could somehow do the entire Ganonless category as child now, by equipping Hammer as child. But it doesn't seem to work out with the wrong warp you need to do at the end, so... still hoping, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna be a thing. So that's sort of where it's at. So if you're looking to see some 100% with the new route, ZFG of course, and also Skirty are good to watch. I know they do the new route. There's probably a whole bunch of more people that do though. And for all dungeons, Valiant Link. I'm pretty sure he does the new route for that. Not sure about anyone else. Oh, also Marco for 100%. Marco is really good. And also is doing the new route. Time save. Yeah, I definitely will. I don't know when exactly. I will probably start with all dungeons though. It's sort of my plan. I want to do 100% ultimately, but I've always played on the Wii version. So I need to try to get used to the N64 version. So I think I'm gonna do some old dungeons on N64 to sort of get used to it. But first I want to try to get okay at this category. It seems to take a while. I kind of suck pretty bad at this right now. Needs a bit of work. But I've run... I like to switch categories a lot. I've tried pretty much all of them, at least a little bit. So I'll probably revisit pretty much all of them as well. This guy. What an asshole. Yeah, any percent is such a annoying category to run to. I've done a lot of any percent over the years, like the different routes, but yeah, you need to change it up sometimes, or you go crazy. At least I do. I mean, because once your PB gets good, it's like any sort of tiny mistake, like you lose 2 seconds and that's a huge deal. It's so demanding. Alright, we're ahead. And now we're gonna watch this cutscene, which is super long and boring. Start of this category is a little bit boring with the cutscenes. But it gets better once you're done talking to Zelda. Then it's not as too bad anymore, but a little bit annoying getting through the first 20 minutes. Yeah, Night Helm. Yeah, that was sort of my experience too. Played the game a ton back in the day. And it was new. And then I started with any percent too. It's a good category to start with. It's not too long. So it's not very demanding in that way, and there's not a huge amount of tricks to learn. Yeah, ESS is hard. 360 controller is... You should maybe... ESS is hard on any controller though. Depends on how the... Because of how they did the conversion to the Wii version, like the Wii version of the game, the controls are mapped in a weird way, so the dead zone of the control stick on any controller is gonna be enormous. That's why it's so hard to find ESS and hold it. But in any case, maybe look into getting a different controller. Big problem with the 360 controller is there's no notches around the control stick. So if you need to hold like absolutely perfectly straight right or straight left, it's gonna be really hard to do on the 360 controller. And if you're doing any percent for the wrong warp, you're gonna need to... There's like different setups for it, but pretty much all of them requires you to hold perfectly straight in one direction or another. It's gonna be hard to do on 360 controller. It can be done though. This other guy from Sweden, One Macaron, he... A million years ago, we used to have the world record for any percent, and he played on 360 controller. Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot harder though. But I guess he must have really liked that controller. Anyway. Alright, so we're done with this cutscene. Rip Decatree. So now we can leave the forest, and in this category you actually leave the forest legit. No glitch to escape. Not something you see every day in Zelda speedrunning. Just running out the exit. Well, we'll see about that, Nighthelm. We'll see. Some pretty difficult tricks coming up in a bit. We'll see how that goes. But hopefully this gets all the way to the end. I don't want to watch these cutscenes again. It's like once you make it through this and you go talk to Zelda and that is over, then the cutscenes aren't too bad. They're not as long and they're like spaced out more, so it's a lot better. But you really don't want to like keep resetting early and do the start over and over. That's terrible in this category. Oh yeah, Sheik is annoying for sure. I can skip one of them though. I can skip the Prelude of Light because I don't need that song. But all of the other ones I need to get. I actually don't need the forest one. I'm not gonna use it. It's like the only song that I get in the run that I never use. But I just have to get it because Sheik will automatically appear like the first time you go to Forest Temple, so there's like no way around it. Sucks. Need some more rupees here. Let's do that again. Okay. Bug limit is one of two glitchless categories. So it is glitchless, but even without glitches, this game is really busted. As you can see, my PB did it in under 3.5 hours. And there's a lot of like gray area things. So not everyone agrees on what qualifies as a glitch or not. So we have two glitchless categories. This one sort of allows for all of those gray area things. And then there's another one that is much more strict. That is much closer to sort of the way the game is intended to be played. This is not that, but you could still argue that it is glitchless, even though some things are a little bit sketchy. Whoops. Take the opportunity to take a bit of damage there. I want to die on purpose later. And I have time to kill here anyway, because I'm gonna get this egg. And it won't hatch until it turns day. So I have to wait for that. So that's why I like take damage from that guy. I also gather up a lot of rupees to buy the shield here, because I have time to kill. And even though I did all of that, I'm probably gonna have to just stand around for a little while and wait. No clips. Like I said, it is still technically glitchless. Clipping through anything's not allowed. Going out of bounds is not allowed. Dying to achieve anything else than a death warp, not allowed. And nothing like... Of course, no obvious glitches like super sliding, ISG, none of that. Can't do any of that. You are, however, allowed to do damage boosts, which could be argued is not a glitch. I would argue that, but it's banned in the other glitchless category. So a damage boost would be like jumping in the air and timing it so you get hit by a bomb explosion. And when the explosion hits you, you can get... If you do it in a precise way, you can use that to your advantage. You can use it to knock you over to somewhere you want to go. Maybe reach a high ledge in a dungeon that you're not supposed to reach yet, something like that. So we can do that. What's this guy doing? Oh my god, I'm gonna wait for that guy. Hopefully he doesn't stop halfway here. Alright. Well, the only way you can do it is just dropping like a bombshell or a bomb when you're in the air and having the explosion hit you and knock you. That's all you can do. You can't use it to hover in the air or anything like that. But in this category, we allow that, since it's just... The reasoning is it's just an intended mechanic. It's not really a glitched mechanic in any way. Like, if you get hit by a bomb explosion, you are supposed to get knocked away. But the other glitchless category bans it because they feel it's sort of... The result of it is sort of crazy. You can skip large parts that you're normally supposed to have to do. Yeah, this game is really interesting like that. It is so incredibly broken. Like even in a glitchless speedrun, you can skip a lot of things. Like you noticed, I didn't get the slingshot. You can definitely skip having to get the slingshot in a glitchless fashion. And there's many other things too. Yo, they're fun. Yeah, this one is going okay so far. Oh yeah, the game is great, even casually. And yeah, ahead of its time, it blew my mind when it came out. Just a game being in 3D blew my mind when this came out. Like, I was used to the NES. Alright. Here we go, we got the letter, finally. Good morning, Eric. Well, good afternoon, maybe, but still. So here we get Zelda's Lullaby. This is essential. Song will be used a lot. I think the word Ganon is like Gaelic or something. But I also, if I recall correctly, it means fair-haired or something like that, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So that might just be a coincidence. Also, I'm like on really thin ice talking about that. I'm not. Don't trust me. I might be completely wrong about all I just said. But I don't think that we've like gotten a official explanation for his name. I know that they named Zelda after Zelda Fitzgerald. I forget if it was Miyamoto himself who said that, but definitely someone at Nintendo. So that seems to be confirmed. And Link is Link because it's the link between the player and the sort of the game world. Zeruda Fitzgerald, yep. Zeruda. Japanese people are cool, adding syllables and stuff. Alright, so next dungeon is, of course, the Dongus Cavern. It's actually pretty interesting in this speedrun. There's a couple of cool tricks that you can do there to save some time, and some stuff I need to do to skip the slingshot. I never got the slingshot, so... And you're supposed to have it there, so we need to do some clever jumping to get around that. So it's pretty cool, but... whoops. Can't enter until I get the Goron bracelet. Need to do that first. And Darunia will not give me the Goron bracelet until I play Zarya song for him, so it's a whole little trade quest almost here. But I go here anyway to get access to the torches in his room. Like this, so I can use the shortcut to the forest. Move. This guy is always fun. Oh no. What? That sucked. Completely messed that up. Damn. That's silly. Not supposed to lose time to that. Alright, so if you're worried that I'm at really low health here, don't be. That's on purpose. I want to die when I'm done watching this cutscene. So I made sure to be on low health here on purpose. I need to be at half a heart or less here. Alright, so now we got Zarya Song, we can go play it for Darunia. And I let this guy here shoot me. That way I will respawn at the beginning of the maze, I won't have to run through it again. So it saves a bit of time. And here's this guy again. Oh, I have 2 Night Helm, it's awesome. I tried to learn to play Zelda's Lullaby on it. I learned about half of it. Surprisingly difficult. I didn't think it would be hard at all to play it, but it's not easy. Whoops. Ah, so sloppy. But yeah, it turned out that it was pretty hard to actually play. You have to like control how you blow into it to get the high notes. It's hard. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I thought it's just you blow in the thing and you put your fingers like in the appropriate way and then it should work. But it's no, you actually have to do a lot more than that. I love this cutscene. This cutscene is awesome. Darunia is a good dancer. Alright. So now we can go do the Dodongo's Cavern. Finally. Saving a little bit of time by jumping down there during the cutscene. This right here might look a bit strange. But normally when you blow up that wall, you get a little cutscene showing the main room of the Dodongo's Cavern here. And if I leave exactly as that starts, I can skip watching it. So that's what I just did. I did those backflips and stuff to just so that I would leave in the correct manner, correct timing. Alright, now this is kind of tricky. Alright. So I do a backflip and shield the attack from that enemy in the air. And it makes it so I can reach that ledge. It's very precise, so that's why I was pausing there. To find the correct frames to do the inputs. Unfortunately I paused a little bit more than I needed to. That was kind of slow. It's a pretty precise thing, so at least I got it. That's cool. I messed it up worse in my PB. open the door. That was really close. If that guy would have touched me, my shield would have burned. That would have been run over. Okay then. That sucks. That's what I intended to do. Damn. Bad. And here, first slingshot skip. Supposed to use the slingshot to hit a switch to make the fire go away, but can't just do that. If I had the slingshot, it would have been faster just to use that, but actually getting the slingshot takes a long time. Alright, so this is the hardest room in this dungeon. All of these jumps are really precise. Alright, that's good though. Damn, that was unfortunately slow. I wanted to save a lot more time here, but at least I'm saving some time. So I sort of bait that guy to follow me. That way I can stun them both with a Deku and not have them troll me as I climb things here. Ooh, I've been running for years. I don't even know. 4 years, maybe? Troll. Come on, guys. Getting trolled there. Alright, so this boss is a joke. Oh, they changed a lot. It's just, it's still constantly changing, this game, which is crazy. This game has been around for so long, and people have been actively searching for speedrun strats and glitches in it for so long, and still, like, constantly new things. So that's this boss, by the way. Pretty silly fight. Alright, so that's the Dongo's Cavern. Jabu Jabu's Belly next. Jabu Jabu's Belly is actually quite a bit harder than the previous two dungeons. Mainly because I can do a damage boost there to skip a big portion of the dungeon, which saves a lot of time, but it's very hard to do, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, not my favorite either. But when this damage boost that I was talking about was found, it got a lot better, because you skip at least quite a bit of the annoying stuff. This cutscene is also okay, this is pretty short. Getting the ruby here. Oh yeah, the water temple is very confusing first time playing it. Easy to get stuck. It's like one particular small key that's very easy to miss. Tweener, hey dude. Alright, so before we go to Jabu, I'm gonna go get the magic meter on top of the mountain here. I don't actually need it until I go adult, but it's pretty convenient to get it now, since I'm already pretty close, and I can get a lift with the owl back down. Also, getting those rupees is nice, because I need 20 rupees to get the silver scale. Convenient that you can get those there. Alright, spiders, be nice to me. Alright. Okay, that guy was nice. What about this guy? That guy is a dick, so rip time. Ah, come on, yeah. Ah, unlucky. That's a big time loss. Unfortunately, I can't do much about that. I don't have the slingshot, so I can't kill those guys. Just gotta hope that they're not facing me, but yeah. Got wrecked pretty bad there. I can save a lot of time on gate skip though, if that goes well. I can save like easily a minute. If I do it really well, I can probably save like a minute and a half. So, whatever. But it still sucks. I hate losing time to stuff like that. That's like the biggest time loss in the run. That right there. That's stupid. Yeah, I could see why you would think that. They look really scary. They look like they would be up to some bad stuff. Alright, so for once the owl is actually useful here. Where am I? Alright. Yeah, much less... Those are kind of scary too. Like, one of them... one of them is... Well, how do you put it? Like, they're very forward with Link. Forceful, even, one might say. But they're definitely less scary than this. This is on a whole other level. Yeah, it's almost more than borderline. But I guess it isn't entirely, like, explicit. But the one that just grabs Link and pulls him under the water, that... There's nothing good going on down there. You can just tell. Alright, time for silver scale. This part can be a little bit dumb because these rupees that I have to pick up, it's random where they land, so sometimes you get really lucky, they're close together. You can get them fast, but sometimes they're just really far apart, so it takes... Come on. Yeah, this was okay though. I'm just being a derp as always, but... Luck-wise, this was not bad. Need some stuff here. Oh, sorry, no command. I'm not fancy enough for that. Bug limit is a glitchless category, but that allows some of the sort of gray area things that some people disagree whether or not they should be called a glitch or not. So that's basically like the short version of what it is. So there's two glitchless categories in this game. This one and another one that's much more strict with the rules. Wow, this is a big time loss, but yeah, like I said, those spiders wrecked me. Wrecked by Skulltulus. I can save a lot of time later though. So, okay, whatever. I have sort of done 100%, not like really seriously though. But I have played through the game 100% with a timer, using glitches and trying to go fast, but yeah. I think I did it like twice. And I didn't learn like the proper way of doing it. I just had played the game so much and knew a lot of glitches that I could sort of like make my way to the end. Dude, that's hard to say. But yeah, it is pretty bad. I'd like to do it properly. I plan on doing it properly at some point. Yeah, those ones are seriously annoying. Especially if you play the Wii version of the game, because aiming is considerably harder than on N64. So aiming for those guys, you miss them and it's terrible. So, you remember when I was talking about this allowing some of the gray area things that some people feel should count as a glitch, but other people disagree? One of them coming up right here, the way I'm gonna enter Jabu. Normally you're supposed to feed him a fish, but I don't have a fish. But when they designed this, they sort of made a little mistake that I can abuse. Like so. The loading zone is supposed to be inside of his face there, but it actually pokes out a little bit outside of his head. So, if I time a jump and a jump slash really well, I can reach the loading zone where it sort of sticks out outside of his head and touch it that way and get in. So that's one of the things that we allow it in this category, but in the other glitchless category, that is banned. That is probably the craziest thing, though, that we allow in this, I would say. Well, we do pretty much the same thing once more in Ganon's castle. It's sort of the same principle. Yeah, that would be terrible. Nope. Luckily, he has a second entrance on top of his head. But yeah, if touching that loading zone required using any glitched mechanics, or if it required clipping into his face or something like that, it would be banned in this category too. We don't allow stuff like that. But it's just sitting there on top of his head, and you can just jump to touch it. These fucking bubbles. I'm throwing Rudo at the switch there, since I don't have the slingshot. Alright, so this dungeon is boring up till you get the boomerang, then it gets very interesting and very difficult, so we'll see how that goes. But first we must do all of this boring stuff, you have to carry Rudo around the place to get to the boomerang. Rudo can actually be useful once again here, though. Can use her to kill one of the enemies in this room. Oh, I failed it though. RIP. Alright. No biggie. I meant to throw Rudo on top of that guy. So that way when he came up from the floor, he was supposed to die because Rudo was there, but whatever. I can just kill him myself. Alright. So this is when things start getting interesting in here. Gonna do a damage boost. Very precise, so let's not mess it up. Alright, we did it. Good, good. Yeah, no more Rudo needed. Also, this boss fight is also actually kind of interesting. I like this boss fight. At least in speedruns, because there's some cool strats to make it go fast. It's also a little bit tricky, or scary maybe I should say, because if you do mess it up, it ends up costing a lot of time. So yeah, Deconuts are useful. Oh my god. Alright, that was still okay. Decent fight. It looks kind of dumb that you like run into him on purpose there, but if you roll into him when he's in the floor like that, it makes him come up from the floor faster. So you want to do that. Rudo. Rudo has mood swings. Now she's super mad, and in like 2 seconds she's gonna want to touch my butt. Spooky fish lady. Alright, so we've done all of the 3 dungeons that you're supposed to do as child, but there's also, if you remember, there's Spirit Temple, and you're supposed to do half of that as child as well, so I'm gonna go do that now, and then we're done with all of the stuff we need to do as child Link. Before I head over to Spirit Temple, though, I'm gonna go get Farore's Wind here. By no means necessary to beat the game, but it saves a lot of time in the dungeons. Being able to warp around, not having to backtrack. So it's worth getting. Also, like I said, going to Spirit Temple now. You're normally not supposed to be able to go to Spirit Temple as Child Link unless you have the song to warp over there. So the way it's intended to go is as Adult Link, you get the Gerudo card and they open the gate for you. You can go through the desert and then get the warp song, and then you go back to Child and go there and do it. But that obviously takes a million years, so I'm gonna not do that. So I can get over to the Spirit Temple by doing similar things to what I did in Jabu Jabu's Belly when I get knocked by a bomb explosion, pretty much a damage boost. But this one is... I'm gonna need to do 2 of those, and one of them in particular is extremely precise and difficult to set up because of that. It's the hardest trick in this entire run, by far. Nothing else comes close, so... there's a possibility that I'll fuck it up and have to start over, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, in theory it's a simple thing. I just jump in the air and while I'm in the air a bomb explodes and it knocks me over the gate. But to actually achieve all of that you need to get the bomb in a good position and get Link in a good position. The way to set that up is really precise and intricate. There's something like 11 one-frame inputs that I need to do to achieve that. So there's gonna be a lot of pausing to sort of almost play the game frame by frame for a while. But still, it's still very difficult, even doing that. Alright, so we made it past that gate. That's the first of the 2 damage boosts I need to do. That's the easy one. The hard one is coming up. That one right there isn't particularly difficult to do. It's a little bit scary because if you do mess it up, your run is over. You lose so much time that you have to start over. But not particularly difficult. But this one right here is. So I do it from up here. So I'm gonna go a little bit quiet and try to focus and see if I can pull it off. That sucks. I messed it up, but I can try that again though. So it's not the end of the world. Alright, I got it. Unfortunately, I messed up a bit there, so it was really slow. But at least I got it. So we made it past the gate. Now I have to try to navigate my way through the desert here. You have to follow a specific path, or else you void out and you have to start from the beginning. The first part here you can just follow the flags, but once you get to about here, there's no more flags, so you're supposed to have the lens of truth to see an invisible guide that shows you where to go, but I don't have the lens of truth. And it turns out you can actually just memorize the path. Like so. Alright, so now we go to the Spirit Temple, and unfortunately I'm not saving as much time as I would have liked here, but I'm gonna be ahead. This run is a little bit poopy. Alright. So I'm entering and exiting again to trigger this cutscene. I want this song so I can warp here as adult much later in the run to do that half of the dungeon. Okay, so now even more difficult stuff. This dungeon is actually really difficult to do fast. The child part of it is, ironically, much harder than the adult half, which isn't too bad. But this is pretty hard coming up here. I've not been saying that a lot, but in this category, all the stuff in between getting the boomerang and getting the silver gauntlets, it's just basically everything is super difficult. But after you achieve that, you get a little break for a while. So we'll see how this goes. I'll do my best, obviously. Grab a heart here. And we talk to this lady. Making sure to choose the right things there. Fun fact, this is the longest that any NPC talks in the whole game. This lady talks for a long time. Alright. So first room here is one of these classic Zelda rooms where you have to kill all the enemies to open the door. Okay. I was actually supposed to kill that bat with the bomb as well, but the bomb missed him, so... But I got him, so... No big deal. Alright. That's okay. This guy's gonna hit me. Nothing I can do about that. Right, so I'm pretty short on bombs. Luckily there's a box in here that has 5 bombs in it, so I'm gonna get that. Takes a little while to get it, but it was necessary. So I'm gonna grab some bomb shoes here. They're actually not required for me to beat the game in this run, but they will speed some things up later on. Alright, so here is the hardest part. I'm gonna have to light a torch with this stick before it burns out, and you can just barely do it. Okay, we did it. That is just barely possible. That guy did drop a bomb. I don't think I'm gonna waste time getting it, since it landed in such an inconvenient spot. I'm pretty sure I have the exact amount of bombs that I need for now. I think 5 is exactly what I need until I can get more. Oh, nice. Still a bit of room to improve that a bit more, but okay, cool. So I saved the game and reset the console there to save some time traveling. If you do that as Child Link when you're outside, you will start in Link's house again when you start your save file. if you do it as adult, you'll start in the Temple of Time. So that can be pretty useful sometimes. Alright. So we're basically done with all the stuff you need to do as child. I'm gonna finish up some things just around Castle Town before getting the Master Sword. Obviously I need to get the Ocarina of Time. Gonna get that here. And then I just want to grab Din's Fire as well. And then the Master Sword. So there's the Ocarina of Time. Here's Ganon. This part is a little bit boring, cutscene heavy. But it's like, it's a big... This is a big part of the story of the game, I guess, so it is what it is. Yeah, I know, Jonas. And it's not over yet, like now we're gonna get this Song of Time cutscene, and then Din's Fire, and then Master Sword. At least I'll get to do a little bit of movement in between her soon. Alright, we got the song. Now Din's Fire. Whoops. So I just, yeah. I need this to make fire with. Then I can skip getting the fire arrows. I don't need those if I have this. Okay. Flyglarm. Noises outside. Really? I suck. Okay. So let's take this time to think about bombs, because I could get more bombs in Dampe's grave, but it is slow, I really don't want to. Maybe I should though. So I have 4 now. I need 1 to get Bolero. Then I don't need any in Ice Cavern. And in Fire I need 1 for the small key, 1 to hit the crystal switch, 1 to bomb the floor, then I can get more. So that's 4. That's enough. Alright, so I'm not gonna get any extra bombs, and if I... There's basically no way I could waste 1, but if I do, I can hit the switch in Fire Temple with my hook shot or something instead. Yeah, Ganon's got an interesting look, for sure. Alright. Cutscene almost done. We actually get to play the game soon. But we gotta talk to Sheik first. This is sort of a trick here. It looks like the cutscene is over, like you're finally free to go, but then Sheik shows up, so... But Sheik doesn't talk forever here, so it's okay. Alright, let's go. So I'm not gonna do the I'm gonna do the dungeons pretty much in the order you would expect, except that I'm gonna do Fire Temple first. But there's a couple of things that I want to get before I head to Fire Temple, though. So first, going to the graveyard here to get the hook shot, and then also gonna go to Ice Cavern for the iron boots first. These movements, though. Yeah, that can happen quite easily here. Dang, getting a bit unlucky. They are, yeah, really unlucky. They're randomly generated, the fireballs, so there's not too much you can do about it. once you see them, it's typically too late to try to dodge them most of the time. It's pretty common that you get hit once, but I got hit 3 times. That is a bit of a tough break, but okay. So yeah, what you typically would do is you just try to go the route that is fast and hope that it doesn't give you a fireball right in front of your face. So now we're going up Death Mountain. I want to get in the crater and learn the warp song to Fire Temple. Because like I said, I want to do Fire Temple first, so I'll get the warp song here, and then when I'm done getting the iron boots, I can just warp to Fire Temple. This enemy is trolling me a little bit here. Have to bait him. Same with that guy. If you're really lucky, you can just climb all the way without having to stop at all, but not this time. So I'm gonna have to do a jump here to get over to where I learned the song. And I can't quite make it all on my own, so I need a little extra boost from a bomb explosion there. And here's Sheik again. Yeah, this is one of the good ones for sure. Right, so heading to Ice Cavern. Ice Cavern is a really cool part of the run, but it's also sort of tricky. You know, the ice physics, the way you're slipping around on the floor, that thing is always sort of annoying. And it's just the way of the layout doesn't really lend itself to going fast. There's all of these like narrow passages and twists and turns everywhere. It's sort of weird. The biggest problem of them all, though, is the bats. Got these bats that will freeze you into an ice block if they hit you, and they can be really trolls sometimes. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it'll go good. I'm also gonna kill some enemies at the beginning, and they have a chance of dropping a bomb when you kill them. And I could really use some more bombs, so that would be really cool if that happened. Okay then, that's interesting. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Alright, here we go. Need to kill these guys. Oh, and we got a bomb. Neat. So, it'll waste a little bit of time, but I'll definitely get that. Alright, now we need to go get some blue fire to melt ice with. And this is one of the spots where the bats can really be a problem. They decide they don't like you. Sort of looks like they're gonna leave me alone here, though. Yeah, I can only see one of them, but... yeah. We escaped them. Good. Dude. Stuck. Alright, so now we can melt this. And in the next room, supposed to push this big block around. Sort of a puzzle. But you can skip it by sort of using the slippy slidey effect of the ice floor to your advantage. Like so. And then of course that. Because bats are huge trolls. I actually gonna get these. This is really slow, but I needed hearts badly. And another little jump like that. As the boss is not typically much of a problem. So yeah, we had some trouble there. Got trolled a bit by keys and had to get hearts. So that wasn't as fast as I wanted it to be, but it was faster than my PB, so saving a bit of time. And here's the Serenade of Water. Gonna come in handy for when we need to go to Water Temple, of course. Alright, now Fire Temple. Grabbing the ladder halfway down there to avoid taking fall damage. Since your health can be a little bit of an issue here. Good. A lot of small keys in this place you need to get. Whoops. This bat wants me. Whoops. So as you notice, I'm doing this without the help of the Goron tunic, but so in some of the rooms you get this timer, how long you can survive without the tunic. This is probably the closest one, but you still see I have plenty of time. Bit of a tricky jump here. Shit, I fucked it up. There it is. That was gross though, really slow. I cry. Yeah, those are the pro strats. That's how you open a box. That's how I always do it when I get something. Like when I get a package in the mail. Just kick it. That was close. Okay. We made it here though. Getting the small key. Climb the thing, Link. Silly boy. He's Zeldy. First use of Ferora's Wind here. Just saves a little bit of time putting it here, warping back up rather than climbing all the way back up after I get another key here. Surprise, surprise. So many keys. I'm gonna play it a little bit safe, so I'm gonna grab a heart here. Yeah, definitely, since that guy hit me like that. Open the door. Opening doors is hard sometimes. Alright, now this room is a little bit interesting. These firewalls that come up, they're based on proximity. So if you move fast enough, you can actually just do that to get past them. And that final one, you can use your post-damage invincibility to not get knocked down by that firewall. So you just take damage from a bomb and backflip through it. Easy peasy. Not 100%. It's just beat the game. Hitting the switch there with a bomb so that I can climb at the same time. Now it's hammer time. being very careful not to fall down here. That would be a very bad thing. Well, I'm saving a tiny bit of time. I messed up pretty bad. The block thing. But alright. Now I just save and reset the console. If you do that when you're in a dungeon, it will put you in the first room of the dungeon when you start the game again. So that is great here, because that's exactly where I want to go. And now I have to do this room. This room is super annoying. I have to kill all these enemies to open the door, and they can be really troll sometimes. Alright. That was fast, but now I have another problem. I unfortunately got hit. And that might be a problem for the boss fight. Is this guy gonna give me bombs, or am I gonna have to get the treasure chest? Dude. Oh, he gave me bombs. Alright. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna kill this bat here, and if he doesn't give me a heart, then we are, like, seriously... then we have a problem. Give me a heart. He didn't. Alright, I'm gonna try this anyway, but this is gonna be really scary. The run might be over. So the problem is not that I don't think the boss is gonna kill me by hitting me, but since I don't have the Goron tunic, I only have a limited amount of time that I can survive in this room before I die. So I need to kill the boss before that time runs out, and that is gonna be the challenge here. I need to kill the boss and get in the blue warp before it runs to 0, or I'm dead, and I lose enough time that I just have to start the run over. And the amount of time you get depends on how many hearts you have when you enter the room. So the more hearts you have when you enter, the more time you get. That's why I really wanted a heart, but I didn't get one. So this is gonna be very scary. This might be dead. Yeah, I think this is maybe over. I don't think I can make it. It's so close, but I got a bit unlucky with the spawns of the boss. If it would have spawned closer to me, I think I could have made it, but I think I'm gonna die now. Oh, never mind. We did it. Okay. the run is alive. Holy shit, that was close. That was scary. Unfortunately, obviously I had 0 time to go get the heart container there now, so now we're in the position of having really low health for Forest Temple. And there's some Stalfos that you need to fight multiple at a time, and if they hit you with their jump slash attack, they can totally kill me really fast now. I can get 1 heart on my way over there, but that's it. So we'll see how that works out. Alright, so I need to equip stuff here. Hookshot and Decunuts. Alright. Remembering things can be hard. So there's a heart here. So that'll have to be enough. Oh, here's a neat little time save, by the way. If you haven't seen it before. Instead of playing Zarya song for Mido, you can actually just backflip over him if you have a good angle. Okay, that is a sort of a tricky jump as well, but saves a lot of time, obviously, since you can just go over the maze if you can make that. Oh! Hello, tweener. Alright, Forest Temple time. Let's see how it goes. My health is kind of shitty, but it should be fine. Yeah, you missed the most clutch Volvagia fight ever. I didn't mess up whatsoever, but I had really low health going in, so the time I didn't have a lot of time at all. So I think when I was able to activate the blue warp, it was less than a second before I was gonna die. It was really, really crazy. This song is impossible. Yeah, that was the most clutch fight I've ever done there. That was insane. Aw, dang. Having to do stuff at work is the worst. I know the feels. Alright, see how this goes. Forest Temple is actually pretty okay in my PB, especially second half after bow. So let's try to do well. Yeah, it's a hard life. Oh, I actually got 1 of the 1 cycles, so 1 out of 3, so that could save a bit of time. But apart from that, it was good. And most importantly, the boss was perfect, and that is hard to do. But I can save a bit of time up to bow, though. That wasn't that great. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. But a lot of that comes down to Stalfos. I really like this boss too. Just not in this speedrun. Because when you want to kill him fast in this run, it can be really troll sometimes. But normally I like it. No, not quite. You'll see when we get there. But you actually want to avoid the back and forth tennis thing. Because that can keep going for a random amount of time, so that's really bad if you allow him to start. So and he doesn't really start doing stuff like that until he has a specific amount of HP left. So I want to damage him in a specific way to control that. Alright, so this run is really picky on how much magic you have after this point, so I need to make sure that I have full magic here. And it looks like I'm just about to pick up a big one, so that should be enough. Yeah. Oh, neat, tweener. Tell her happy birthday from me. Don't need to equip things. That is old muscle memory. Back in a million years ago, in this category, we used to do an equip there. Not anymore. So in Navi talks to you. You can actually avoid it, but it ends up being fast just to read that text. But there's more text here that I can avoid. And I did, so that's good. Dude. Dude, this fucker. That was pretty good except for that final hit. I think I'm standing on top of... No, never mind, I'm not. Shit. Yeah, we're all pretty decent at English over here. Except, I guess, really old people. Alright. I don't know, are we gonna save time here or not? I don't even know. Nah, it's break even. Stalfos were too slow. Yeah, same in Norway. All pretty good. Also, we don't do the thing that they do in Germany and France and Spain where they dub TV and movies. We don't do that. And that helps a lot. You pick up a lot of English from that. Only thing that we would dub is just stuff for small children. Neat. One cycle. 2 to go. Yeah, here we learn English in school, and we also learn a third language, actually. So I can speak a tiny bit of French, not nearly enough, considering how long I took it in school. Shit. No one cycle? Yeah, I guess a lot of people, but it's also... I guess it's hard to avoid expecting that because it's true. I mean, so many other people speak English. Alright, can we aim? The aiming room. I did it. Robin Hood confirmed. Or William Tell. Whoever is really good at shooting bow and arrow. Okay, Nice arrows. Never done that before. I didn't mean to open that treasure chest, obviously. Well, at least we have a lot of arrows now. I hit A to backflip, but I was standing next to the chest somehow, so instead of backflipping, I opened the chest. Alright, 2 out of 3 one cycles. I have so many arrows. Oh, am I dropping frames? I might be. I can't check right now. Always PB pace until it isn't. Alright, one more hit and then we're done with this one. Okay. So let's see how this goes. Boss is troll. A gambling man? Not much. A little, maybe? I enjoy some blackjack from time to time. Actually, embarrassingly enough, enjoy the roulette a bit. Just because I very rarely get a chance to play it. Even though it's sort of a silly game. No, Rip. Rip. Rip in pieces. Yeah, now it's gonna start with the tennis. Unless I'm lucky. Oh. He also has a chance of doing that, which wastes a lot of time. Shit. I took damage too, so I'm gonna have to get the heart. This gonna be a time loss. That would have been okay, but when I was attacking him with the stabs the first time, the stabs also hit the fence behind him. So I bounced away and the next attack couldn't reach. So that was pretty troll. So his health got messed up, and then that makes him start doing random things. And unfortunately, he randomly did some very slow things to me, so we're losing 25 seconds. More like 20. I now notice. Yeah. Ouch. That sucks, but okay, whatever. Can save a lot of time in Water Temple, which is next, so let's try to do that. Yeah, definitely. Gonna try really hard to get a good time save in Water Temple. Butchered Water Temple in my PB. This cutscene is kind of long, but after this we go to Water Temple. Hopefully that can go okay. Right. Hello, Brooke. And yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites from the past too. Played this game a lot, to put it mildly. So here's Rudo. So we're gonna float up here, and this is gonna be the first time we need to change the water level in this place. So once again, we're gonna use Furor's Wind. It's gonna be very helpful here. Getting yet another small key here. Alright, second time changing the water level. This is the final one. I won't have to do it anymore after this. Casually you do it a lot, but got some strats here. Aiming. Aiming is hard. Take a neat little shortcut here, if I can aim, like that. Alright, and we need magic now. Unfortunately, one landed up there. It's just random. And here's Dark Link. This is how you deal with him. So you just turn your back and he gets really confused. Alright, so that wasn't the greatest, but I'm still gonna save a nice bit of time at least. Messed up a little bit, and also Dark Link was slightly slower because I had one more heart than I would optimally have here. But still, neat time save. Alright, so got 2 small keys, that's what I need to go and get the boss key. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So let's see if I can do this. I need to do some precise jumping to get to the boss key fast. Okay. Okay, that was good. This part is yeah, I messed it up. I have to leave. If you mess it up even slightly, the cycle of the moving things are gonna be bad. No! Wow. Yeah, like I was about to say, this part is actually a lot harder than it looks. There we go. Ouch. There goes 20 seconds or something. Dang. Alright, let's hope the boss is good though. Yeah, but in my defense, it actually, that is hard to do, even though it doesn't look like it. Oh, so close, almost a quick grab. So, that was all really good except for that final slope up to the boss door. I don't know how much I wasted there, but I'm guessing it's gonna be about 20 seconds. We'll see. Yeah, about. That's a little bit over 20 seconds compared to my best split, actually. Yeah, dude, I really need to for this part because I messed up a lot in my PB, but Spirit Temple was really good in my PB. Up to Mirror Shield, amazing. And after that, also amazing. Twin Rova wasn't the best luck, but that's pretty much all time save I have there is if I get a really lucky Twin Rova. It wasn't even bad in my PB either. It's pretty decent. But yeah. It's gonna be very hard not to lose time in Spirit Temple. And then I can save a little in Shadow, but there's a big RNG chunk there. And then Trial Skip was perfect in PB, Ganondorf segment was perfect in my PB pretty much too. Hey Rev! And thanks for the good luck. We get a little bit of a breather before Spirit Temple though. Before I go there, I'm gonna go get the Nocturne of Shadow. And I am gonna remember to equip Ocarina here when I save warp. Normally I always forget to do that, but this time I remember. Come on. Cutscene be over. Yeah, I do. That's why I saved. Was able to save quite a bit on the long shot split. Save warped when I wasn't supposed to. Okay. So yeah, look at the possible time save on Mirror Shield. That was pretty damn strong. Not unbeatable though. Not entirely perfect. But strong. What is it on Medallion? Yeah, 14 seconds. That's all Twin Rova. This cutscene is kind of long, but I don't mind this one too much. It's a little breather before you get to Spirit Temple. Alright, good luck, Tiffan. Hope you have better luck today than you had yesterday. Yeah. That doesn't help. Need this song? It's the only way we can get to Shadow Temple without, like in this category. No other glitchless way of getting there. Oh, okay. You figured it out before before you heard me say it. Delay. Also, always remember to fail at playing ocarina songs. It's the most important thing of a speedrun. Fail ocarina songs. The only song that I get in the run that is actually useless is the forest one, Minueto Forest. All of the other ones I use. But you have to get the forest one. There's no way to avoid it. Alright, this room is actually tricky. Alright, that's pretty good though. Have to be on point to make the cycles of the boulders. Really? Ah. Sloppy. Alright, can we aim? First at this tiny treasure chest, and then at a torch from super far away. Ooh. Careful. Oh my god. Alright, this was pretty sloppy and very solid in my PB, so we're gonna lose a little bit of time. But that was almost unavoidable. It was really hard to keep up with this segment. I mean, that wasn't horrible. It was sloppy, but not horrible. Still gonna lose 10 seconds. But alright. Maybe we can get a really great Twin Rova and get it back. We'll see. I'll try to do my part and not mess anything up here. See how that goes. Immediately. Yeah, Twin Rova is always a bitch. Always scary. Another one of those fights that's great concept, really cool casually, but the worst in a speedrun. Kinda want that magic, but I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna hope that the dead hand magic will be more convenient to get. Actually, a fair bit of the time loss on the last segment was failing the song. Honestly. I just realized. Gotta stop doing that at some point. If I want good times. Alright, here we go. Alright, do something. Do something? Okay. You gotta talk to them. Le double? Le double! You better do something, bitch. Alright. Cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, rip. This one... Where is it? Oh, thank fucking god for that, then. Missed the shot, though. Damn. That was slow, because I missed. That was my fault. RNG wasn't bad. It was close, though. The hitbox of these ladies can be kinda dumb. So yeah, we're losing some time, but I'm still ahead by a lot, but yeah. Shit. But again, can't blame RNG. That was my fault, so actually, I'm not too salty about that. I'm much more happy when I'm a retard than when I just get bad luck on this fight. It's my fault, okay, I can fix that. I can try to not suck next time. Is this a theory? I think Twinrova is Ganondorf's mother? Don't quote me on this, but I think this is actually canon. If this is like official. I don't know though. There's so much theories floating around though. Can't keep track of them all. Oh, I'm actually not losing a lot of time. I thought it would be worse, honestly. Just a little bit. Ha! I did it. I didn't even lose time. All right. Okay. All right. Shadow next. Shadow is hard, and there's a big luck part that can cost you 20 seconds if you're unlucky. I don't remember where I heard this. Like that Twinrova is Ganondorf's mother. I'm supposing that it is like the babe version, like when they combine. That's Ganondorf's mother. Just assuming this. But how the biology of the Gerudo is a mystery, because according to the game, there's only one male born in 100 years, and that's Ganondorf, of course. Yeah, I don't know how that works. Maybe I would suppose that they would have to go find a Hylian or something and have a little babby. Alright, Shadow Temple left. See how it goes. Hey, Gimpy! Just in time for exciting stuff. Sort of the end stretch, but dude, difficult stuff. I played the song correctly. Yeah, I don't know. Twin Rova is weird. She's like green and 15 feet tall or something. Yeah, maybe. Shadow is hard. And also maybe in time to get screwed by fucking Spinner. This whole thing is hard. You got the Spinner, difficult tricks, and then you got possibly the hardest boss fight to do fast. Casually, it's one of the easier ones. But to actually do it quickly, it's probably the hardest in the run for me. Alright, I need to remember to pick up magic. Dead Hand is a guaranteed magic drop. So there's no luck involved here, I just need to remember to get it. Great RNG with the spawn. That was lucky. Where's the magic? He can drop... it's random if it's small or big magic that he drops, but he always drops magic. I don't know if... I don't think it matters that I got small, I think that's enough. Yeah, that was good. Good luck, even though I was slow getting to the chest because picking up magic is still golden. Alright, so luck, please. 1 in 3 shot of just putting this in the correct spot. 10-second time loss each time you guess wrong. But that's first try, so that's great. Alright. Goody goody. Really lucky Shadow Temple so far. Whoops. Being a bit sloppy. Oh, dude, yeah, that's a dilemma. Stop being sloppy. Also, I think I did this in my PB as well. I'm supposed to have Decanuts equipped here. I forgot. Alright, bot clenching jump incoming. This shit is scary. Okay, we did it. Okay, now time for damage boost. That everyone says is easy, but I think is super hard. I think I cheated. I'm gonna do this. I think I cheated. I don't think that counts. I didn't mean to, but... That's legit. That's a legit way of getting up there. I think I actually clipped through it accidentally. That sucks though. That was really slow, but rather than having... Come on. Rather than having the whole run be disqualified. Let's redo it. Yeah, I fixed it though. I jumped back down and did it legit, so we're all good now. I lost a lot of time, but I didn't cheat. Really? It's not there? Okay, there it is. Oh, hey Portman. Yeah, I head by a nice bit at the moment, but... yeah, we'll see what happens here. I messed up in my PB too. Well, I accidentally cheated in this. I accidentally clipped through the spikes, so I had to jump back down and do it again. That was pretty sick. No, there we go. Maybe not, Gimpy, we'll see. Maybe if I am really solid from here on and have a perfect boss fight. I mean, we're... Oh, no. Losing time in the sense that... losing time to a good dungeon, for sure. But maybe not losing time to PB. Probably, though, but... We'll see. I did have first try spinner, which helped. Yeah, Portman, I learned my lesson. I've only done that in that one run. Never done it before. Didn't do it yesterday. Not gonna do it today. I learned my lesson. Derping around, waiting for the boat. It's being slow. Whoops. Daisy didn't target the wall. Sloppiness. I have no idea why I didn't roll. I cannot explain that. It's no good excuse. magic here. I'm gonna get the magic from the Redead too, I think, and that should be more than enough. I need to practice Shadow again. Keep sucking Shadow. That was really good though. Alright, so this, like I said, probably the hardest boss for me. I'm gonna see if I can one-cycle him. I use a metronome to get the timing, so I'm gonna start that and you'll hear, that's the clicking you're gonna hear. I get rid of it as soon as the fight is over. Shit, I accidentally slashed my sword. That was cool. I'm a fucking god. So we're about breaking even with PB maybe. I don't know how long this cutscene is. Dang it. Yes, Gimpy, one very useful thing is if you put dragon horn with your food, that gives you a 30-minute boost effect. Pretty much broke even. That ticking sound, Fatboy, that was also high, by the way. It was a metronome. You need to time your attacks very well on this boss in order to stun lock him. So, and it doesn't do an animation, so you don't get a visual cue for how to time it. So I use a metronome. Also, Gimpy already said it. But yeah, Gimpy, so, like for instance, if you do 4 Mighty Bananas and 1 Dragon Horn, that gives you maximum strength or attack power, whatever, upgrade for 30 minutes. That's amazing. And the same as if you do, like, something for defense and just add a Dragon Horn, gives you it for 30 minutes. Yeah, we're running against some good segments now, though. Look at the possible time save on this, and look at the possible time save on this. Those were pretty good in my PP. And it's hard. It's both trial skip, which you can easily lose 2 minutes to, and it's also one cycle in Ganondorf, which is the same strict timing as that fight, actually. Alright, we get a long cutscene here to meditate over the difficult stuff coming up. But also, speaking of recipes in Breath of the Wild, that 30-minute boost is mainly useful for Trial of the Sword, I would say. For other things, it's just great to just throw 5 Mighty Bananas in there. You get full attack power up for like 4.5 minutes. Plenty to fight a Lionel, for instance, or something like that. Even a boss. That's probably, that's the most common thing that I do. I just get a lot of those bananas and cook 5 of them at a time to get that maximum attack boost for 4.5 minutes or whatever it is. Pretty sure it's not 420, I would have remembered. Oh, hey Andrew. Yeah, thank you very much, man. We'll see. As you remember, Trial Skip and the Ganondorf segment were absolutely perfect yesterday in PV, so got a bit of a challenge here, but I also did practice Trial Skip earlier today, so hopefully it'll be fine. Yeah, dragon farming is a good thing, because you need those parts for if you want to upgrade armor too. Okay, neat, Andrew. Yeah, not much left anyway. We'll see if I can squeeze out another PB here. In any case, I'll definitely finish the run. Yeah, time zones, dude. I actually started about noon, my time here today. I don't typically start that early, though. It just worked out that I was able to today. Oh, hey, Essenhammer. Thank you very much, man. Got the ending left here. It's pretty hard, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know, Andrew. I think not, maybe. I've noticed some things that I really need to practice, so if I PB, I should probably try to work on that instead, rather than just doing another one and making the same... having the same problems with those areas, you know? Also, it's a pretty long run, so doing 2 back-to-back is already sort of a stretch. I don't know, Gimpy. It'll happen, though. We need to get a bit better at this. Maybe we should go get the world record for the other glitchless category, too. I guess I could try, Gimpy. Or I could even try the new route. I haven't done that in months, though, so... that might be interesting. Well, we can give it a go. Hey, Pickle Rick. English world record. I think I already have it, amazingly. Even though that was with the old route. That's, I don't even know, like about 20... No, never mind. It's not 20 minutes slower. It's maybe 10 to 15k, maybe. But I've only done one run of this on English, and that was kind of bad. Because of not only the cutscenes, some NPC texts too, that are sort of exclusive to this category, are really long. Alright, let's try to do this. Alright. Neato. Good fights, please. This is stupid. Ah. You want them to be close together. They did the opposite. Yep, Gimpy, believe it or not. I thought you'd see... Haven't you seen that? That is like... That is basically the main thing that sparked the controversy and the split into two categories. Which is completely understandable, of course. Good. Well, I don't know, I think gate... If it only would have been gate skip, I think that would have been cool. I think this was sort of the straw. But I'm not entirely sure exactly what went down at that time, because I was having a break myself from speedrunning and from this game. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. The reasoning, of course it's banned in Glitchless, the reasoning to allow it here is that it actually is just touching a loading zone. The loading zone for the central tower is misplaced, and it is outside of that wall there. And getting to it is just running with hover boots and getting hit by bomb explosion. There's no glitched mechanic involved in getting to that loading zone. And the loading zone is not out of bounds. It doesn't require you to clip through anything to get to it. It's just touching it. So the reasoning is that just touching a loading zone should be allowed. And as long as, of course, as you can get to it without violating any other rules, such as clipping or out of bounds or using any glitched mechanics. Alright. One cycle in Ganondorf is hard. 7 2-frame stabs in a row need to land, so... Let's see. Nice. More golds. Too bad I butchered Shadow Temple as always. I need to practice that again. I thought I had Shadow down pretty okay, but last couple of runs I just wrecked it. In Speedrun Prison, I played a lot of Breath of the Wild. I mean, you can sink endless amounts of time into that game, and then the DLC came, so you had the Master Mode and you could do it all again. Yeah, I got it on Wii U. I'm sort of waiting to see what's gonna happen with the Switch. The games that I'm hype about for Switch is like they're Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart 8, and I can get those on Wii U. But I am very excited for Mario Odyssey though. That will be interesting. So I'm looking forward to see what that's gonna be like. Yeah, it's up there for me too, Gimp. It's one of my favorite ones. It's right up my alley. Even though I even like all those little things that I could see how other people would find annoying. Like the weapons breaking or collecting loads of materials, but yeah, all of it is enjoyable for me. The really minimal story, also perfect for me. I actually got it for Breath of the Wild, Andrews. I haven't had it. The only game I played on it is Breath of the Wild. Dude, stand still. This guy's being trolls as always. Wrecking my chances at 327. I have Wind Waker HD, but I have yet to play it. But I've been meaning to. I like Wind Waker. Wind Waker HD looks beautiful, so it should be a cool experience casually. And also messing around with the glitches would be a lot of fun. Dang. No, no kiss. Rip the run. Yeah, I need to play that. I of course played the original Wind Waker quite a bit. Yeah, Gimpy, I know exactly what you mean. It's only a problem in very like specific circumstances when you're... Yeah, but I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, to earn. Cancelled. Not gonna be 327 anyway. It could have been if I would have had good Stalfos, but it's impossible to have good Stalfos there. Never happens. But it's not, like, mainly it's about my inability to be a normal person in Shadow Temple. Before next time I do a run of this, I'm gonna practice Shadow Temple. It is hard, but it's not this hard. Butchered it both yesterday and today. And no excuse, I had perfect luck both times too. Like great RNG with Dead Hand and with first try spinner. Oh, I can top that by a lot. I mean, that was before trial skip was allowed, it was before gate skip. And I only did one run, it wasn't that great, so... Do a 4-hour run as cooldown? Don't think so. I can give it a go with an any percent though. That's gonna be hilarious. That might be a 4-hour run too. There we go. Oh, 327 anyway. I didn't think I could do it. Alright, that's cool. No, wrong warp. I don't think I could make it through. It's been so long. It's probably been almost a year since I did that. Yeah, thanks. That was cool. Obviously not the best of runs, but I'm so so pleasantly surprised that it was 327. I thought it was dead. Cool. Alright, we can beat this more though. And also still third place. We need 324 for second place.